Hello?
Hey, Pact fan, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey,
Can you
how's
hear
it
me?
going?
Good.
Good, good.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, good to see you. Go ahead and load up Deadlock and start a stream in Discord whenever you're ready, and we can jump into things here. How's it been?
decent, decent.
Long time no see. How have your games been
Well,
going?
Uh, all right, I think.
Okay.
Um, this was an interesting one. Uh, my Abrams got parried in lane like a lot and rage quit.
Oh no.
But like after 10 minutes, I think he got parried like 3 times in a row once.
Dang.
Like he got parried and then he meleeed as soon as like the stun ended and then he got parried again and one more time, and then he died, and he just kind of
Yeah,
like, which I mean, it's kind of understandable.
it happens. It happens. Well, I'm glad to see that you're in these Phantom lobbies. This is great to see you ranking up and moving up because last time you were Oracle 6, so we're glad to see you back into Phantom and moving up. Let's see if we can't get you into Ascendant. Let me give me 1 second here. I wanted to pull up some of the notes from last time. Okay, so my first question was, were you able to watch any gameplay from like Shiv or gameplay on Shiv from Lo Mein or Crayon?
Yes, I watched quite a bit.
Okay,
Um, I watched Lomain, Crayon. I don't know if you know Dash.
I do. Yeah.
So Dash. Who else? There's a lot of people.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you were able to watch some. Is there anything that you've learned from them since the last time that we spoke that you feel like you've been implementing or that has been really helpful?
Um, I think maybe just using like the ult for escaping more and just not really using the ult for executes.
Yeah, yeah, like using it for mobility.
Yeah, it's just for chasing and for running and not really using it for executes unless like you have no cooldowns.
Right. Right. Okay. Nice. Okay, perfect. How do you feel? So last time we focused a lot on like objective priorities so that there was uh, a better knowledge of like what we should be doing in our downtime when it comes to farming, when it comes to like what should we be doing next when it comes to our team fight, like knowing when we should be pushing for mid boss and whatnot. How do you feel you've been doing with communicating to your team when it comes to these, or just even if you've communicated it and your team doesn't do it, knowing that that was the right call? Like, do you feel like that's improving a little bit, or are you still uncomfortable with it? Like, tell me about that.
Um, I mean, I'll try and calm, but I'll tend to sometimes play late at night, so maybe not trying to be too loud.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah, I get that.
um, but like I'll always like be pinging, and then I think this game like I just kind of ended up being on the other side of the map from Earn for like the first two, and so I just kind of went and did it myself like 3 times.
Yeah.
Um, and when I wasn't talking, I was like asking text chat, can we rotate for Earn?
Okay.
And that really worked. So I feel like it's not been too hard to get my team to like focus on objectives.
Okay.
Like,
And so how do you feel about like knowing when to hit what objective? Like how do you feel that your macro hits it has it improved? Do you feel like it's the same, it's better, it's worse? Like how do you feel about that when it comes to objectives specifically? Like when you should be using earn, when you should be doing mid boss? Like do you feel like you have a better grasp on when that happens or is it still shaky? Like
um, mid boss I think is much better. I mean, like I kind of every time that there's a Viper or a Dynamo, like, and we've got two dead, I always like double check they're like alt, their alt cooldown. If it's Viper, like if it's tier 3 or if it's maxed. And I'm usually like the first one in my team to like notice that, I'd say.
Okay, great. That's good.
Um, I think it was was it this game? No, it was this game. Uh, there was at one point where it was like Viper. I think we had two or three dead, and then it was just Viper that contested, and she just bullied, but because I pinged Viper being missing, my whole team just kind of didn't sit close enough in the pit, and she
Mm,
just didn't really bullet anything.
I see.
And then we parried her and got all three rejues.
Nice, nice. Awesome. Um, we can go ahead and hop in queue, and then we can wait for a game to pop whenever you're ready. And then I wanted to ask while you're hopping into queue here, last time I gave you like in your notes there was a section where I said sweating for rank, which was essentially like if you wanted to go really hard to rank up, they were things that I suggested you do. Did you ever do any self VOD reviews? Like, did you ever go over your own games and watch the replays and kind of review yourself, or no?
I think I did it a couple times, but it's not something that I kind of made a habit.
Right. No, that's fine. If you do it every once in a while, it's okay. I suggest people do it like once a week. So it's not like a lot. If you do it too much, it can be detrimental because like the best way to improve can be playing the game, but doing one self VOD review a week is like really, really helpful. It helps people a lot. And so that's what I suggested. And I wrote that down in your notes. I was just wondering if you had had time to do it because not everybody has time for it either, which is another issue. Um, let's see here. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and see how this game goes.
Yep.
I'm gonna remember last time we spoke, you told me to be a little bit more critical and tell you like what you're getting away with because it's low elo or lower elo, like what's gonna be better and higher elo and that sort of a thing. Point out bad decisions. So I'm definitely gonna work on focusing on those, but I'm not gonna try and like berate you the whole time. Hopefully I'll be, still a little bit positive, but I'll try to focus more on those so that we can help you avoid bad things since you're doing a lot of good things already.
Okay. This is an interesting comp.
Indeed.
I think plated is gonna be really strong here.
Yeah. It's gonna
The
look really
gray
strong.
border.
Warden, Graves, Wraith, and Haze. Return Fire is also like mega underrated, so you could get Return Fire for the first 30 minutes of the game until you get plated. And the Metal Skin will also be good as well.
It's a lot of talking for you, I have to be honest.
So I muted myself in Discord so only you guys can hear me, and we're just gonna I'm trying not to interrupt his process too much. I like when we're doing live coaching sessions, I want him to play his game. I don't want to be like a constant bug in his ear. Last time we did a live coaching session, he felt like I was maybe a little bit too positive. He wanted me to point out more bad decisions. So we're gonna try and do that a little bit more. If you guys see something I don't, you can let me know. But it's going to be an interesting matchup. He has really strong mechanics with Shiv, and so he does a lot of things right. Last time he wanted to focus on communication and game sense. We're going to kind of extend that unless we see something else we feel needs to be taken care of. I think his team has the weaker comp, but they can make it work. This is a really good kill, though. Nice kill. I would definitely in the future, if your teammate gets parried, go on top of him and be ready to parry instead of trying to get damage off. Because if you parry her, it's a way more free kill. So just in the future, be ready to punish them and defend your teammate that way.
Yeah, I was really surprised that she actually tried to go for the melee. I thought that she'd just run.
I did too. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised too. But being on top of your teammate guarantees that she either won't go for it or that she gets parried if she does go for it. So definitely something I would just keep in mind. So you'll see his movement and mechanics are really strong. He, hits like 70% of his knives, which is, kind of what we're looking for. His like Apollo is struggling heavily. So he's gonna have to kind of carry this lane. Like, not really sure what Apollo's even doing, to be honest. So lane's gonna be tough. I do like that he's backing up here. I would like to see him do a box route and save the way for his teammate. Seems like he's kind of doing that. Really love that you waited for your teammate to come back before you got waved. That's really big for high elo. Yeah, Pact Fan is improving really, really well. Love to see this. It's like the best feeling as a coach.
Do kind of do it in Phantom.
Yeah, I think.
Although there are.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There is the, one or two teammates that kind of don't.
Yeah, I think once you hit high elo, like Phantom and above, people start to wait for you so they don't still wave while you're like doing a box route, or they don't still wave while you're, you died and you're heading back. So it's good that you've picked up on that and are doing it too for your team. It's a really big thing. Sorry, what I was saying is I think Pact Fan is improving really, really quickly because he really takes everything seriously. So he takes his games really seriously. Not like, oh, I'm not saying like overly serious, like he's like a grumpus or something. I'm just saying like when it comes to improving, he took my notes and my feedback like really, really well. And he's constantly trying to improve. He's even doing self-VOD reviews like I asked him to. Even if you don't have time to do a ton, like, I mean, he's doing it well. And they are punishing. I mean, look at these kills. Look at him hit these knives and get these stacks up. Yeah, love to see it. His mechanics are really strong. Last time it was really his game sense and positioning that were struggling. We'll see if he goes for bridge buffs after this next wave. Because that's going to be a timing and macro failure if he doesn't. He might be going before the wave because he realizes that he can't clear the wave in time, but he can't because they're going to hyperlane him.
Oh, fuck.
I do like that you were ready for the bridge buff timing. It's really important that we're constantly looking at that and aware of when the timing is, but unfortunately they were playing like keep away on it, so you weren't able to do much with it, but good job on the timing. Good. I like that you're paying attention to the clock with the minion waves. It's going to be able to execute soon, but he may not be able to go for it. Oh, I think he's dead. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Very well done though on the kill. I really liked the ability to kite around and kill that Graves, even in virtually a 1v2, because your lane partner's really weak.
It's just, I didn't realize I had the skulls on me.
Yeah, the only difference I would have taken in that fight is I would have liked to see you play it slower and allow your knives to basically kill her because Rem was playing so close, and you were so low. So the getting aggressive with ult for the execute, it was a good kill, like you traded yourself, but I would have liked to see you play it a little bit slower so maybe you didn't have to sacrifice your life for the kill.
Okay.
Now, Pact Fan generally, for those watching, he generally is really, really good at. Oh, sorry, let me move my otter because now we're in a Discord. Oh shoot, I'm sorry. I don't want to be blocking anything. Hopefully, you guys see this now. Pact Fan usually does a really good job of rage control. For those who don't play Shiv, you see that rage bar. He keeps that full because he knows that he gets a lot more damage out of everything with his rageful, and I like his control of it most of the time. So definitely you can learn from that. I like to see that from him.
Is this Apollo building?
Yeah, unfortunately your lane partner's a little bit special with this like gun build he's building, but we can make it work. It seems like your blue lane is doing pretty decent, so as long as you guys at least hold lane a little bit. Nice push, really love that.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's unfortunate. You guys see him diving, so he had full rage, so he knows his 2 is going to have a shadow come behind him, help with the damage and get the kill. He 2s, dashes in to parry the tower and get the damage off. He's just multitasking with these kills. Baits the parry and then gets out because Graves is back. Love to see this from him. Really strong dives, like when you're diving tower there, that was all really well executed. Like the way that you dash in parry tower, you're getting out, baiting parries instead of going for them, etc. Like I really like the way you're playing the aggressive plays. Unlucky. So the only difference I would have made there, and the thing I would have done differently, is I would have played for my life knowing that even if I got a kill, I was going to die there because you're in a 1v2 low. So when you went past the Rem and the Veil, I would have just gone up the rope and got out over the rooftops instead of trying to fight, because at most you're getting a 1-for-1 trade there. And instead we risked the 0-for-1 trade. So just keep in mind, in higher elo, you're going to get punished in situations like that. Sometimes just getting out with your life is the best way to get value out of the play.
Okay.
At least until later in the game. Shiv can get away with that later in the game because you're a little bit tankier, but right now, in early and mid game, it's a little bit harder. So playing your life and just playing it slow because Shiv comes online later, definitely going to be better for you. Okay, we'll see if he goes for 10-minute bridge buffs. I feel like this is where Phantom players really fail and struggle. At least in my opinion. I don't see Phantom players like ever getting more than the 5-minute bridge buff. And definitely not the 15-minute. So we'll see if they can manage it. Dang, this Rem is... Okay, our Apollo does get the kill. He baits the parry. Okay, they were fighting and got a double kill, so missing bridge buff is not a big deal, although I would have liked to see him go for it. Although Apollo's building guns, so it makes more sense for him to get it. I would have liked to see him go for it over the Sinners, unless he communicated with Apollo that Apollo's grabbing it. But there was no communication there, so I don't love it. We're struggling. That's okay. All right.
Let's play.
I see the
He needs to be on this urn. He recognizes that. Good. Oh, yeah. Didn't notice the grapes on the ground. That's okay. Well played overall. Really liked that. I would have liked to see you fighting the urn a little bit sooner. Like you started going for the wave, and I would have liked to see you put your body in there earlier, but it ended up working out just fine. I just keep in mind that the urn is way more important than the wave.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to go for like wave priority, but then I realized like my team was already there.
Yeah. I get the temptation, and wave prio is important in almost every other scenario. But when your team is fighting urn together and they're contesting it, definitely going to be the #1 priority on the map, especially when mid boss isn't even an option. So this early, like drop everything for urn for sure. Paradox is dying to the Wraith. I would have liked to see him rotate over and maybe try and help. Although Mo's there, so he wouldn't have been able to help, but it's the thought that counts. He may have been able to help get her out if Mo wasn't there. But, you know, he's Shiv. There's very little that he can do. I do like him trying to save his walker, even though he's, like, alone against these freaking Rem minions. And he's taking so much damage for it. Ah, he's dead. There's no way. Nice try. I mean, you were alone for way too long. That's honestly just your team's fault. You guys lost so much damage to Walker, and Rem just killed you because your team was nowhere to be found. But overall, I think you played it really well. I think you maybe could have been a little bit more defensive. Like, if your team's coming in, you could, like, use your ult to get out since your 2 is on cooldown and, like, try and get a reset so that he doesn't get the kill and he just dies to your team as he tries to run away. But overall, I think it was really well played. I mean, you can't play everything perfect, and that was a really strong performance. Oh. Nice hyper line. Yeah, very nice. Love to see this from Pact Fan. We're going to talk about this in a second with him. Nice kill. Absolutely loved seeing you use your ult there for mobility. Really, really strong to recognize that it doesn't have to kill. It can just help you get the kill. So really, really good there. Oh, that's really poor timing. That's really unfortunate. We have return fire. There we go. We pressed it. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they had more players there than you guys did, so you ended up getting punished for it. But the kill on the Moan Krill, really love how you were willing to pop ult there. That's definitely a huge improvement from the last time we saw, is that ult can help you get kills. It doesn't have to be the reason you got the kill necessarily, like the last hit, if you know what I mean. So I really liked you using that.
Yeah, they're going for Urn.
Yeah, so you have 2 options. You can either call for your team to split push green or to contest Urn, but it looks like you're going to lose blue, so it's going to be an interesting fight here. Infernus looks like he's holding blue, though. We'll see.
Barrage is almost ready.
So he's unsure what to do here. You guys saw that indecision as he's trying to decide, oh, do I go yellow? Do I go, like, where do I go? Talk to your team. Like, I'm going to tell him this in a second, but like, why isn't he asking his team, hey, are we pushing yellow or should I go help blue? Like, what are you guys thinking? Like, what's the play here? Because he's just doing nothing. It's just so much indecision. We're gonna wait to tell him before until after the end of this fight. So first off, very good kills, very good use of his ult. I'm glad that he's fighting this, but he needed to communicate with his team and ask like what are we doing, because he had some indecision and we lost blue over it and we're not trading yellow for it. So like just a lot happening here that could have been not necessarily avoided, but it could have gone like way better if he had just talked to his team. Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, he almost got hyperlines there. That was crazy. Okay, while you're resetting, I'll just touch on this. There was a moment where you were like indecisive between should I go help blue or should I push yellow? And you were like going back and forth and you just kind of sat in the jungle for a second while you were making up your mind. The easiest way to come to a decision is talk to your team. Like if I'm you there, I would have asked my teammates yellow, hey, are we pushing yellow walker? Like, do you guys want to shove this against the warden and Mo, or should I go help blue? And let them respond to you. You don't have to just like make the decision blindly. Like, just talk to your teammates. That's the only thing I would have done differently there. Everything else was really well done. The kills that you got was huge. Return fire. Yep. Love it. I'll kind of say this, not necessarily to Pact fan, but it just kind of based on what we were just saying with talking to your teammates when you're not sure what to do. If you're confused on what you should be doing next, it's probably because your teammates haven't told you what to do next. And what I mean by that is they're not using comms. Or, so both of these, they don't know what they want to do. And so asking them forces critical thinking. So him just saying, hey, are we pushing this? Is going to allow them to think about it a little bit harder and go, you know what, I do want to push this. Or, you know what, no, like, let's get out of here, let's just defend blue. You know, but that moment of indecision, it's not necessarily Pac-Man's fault. Or in your guys' case, in your games, it's not necessarily your fault if you don't know what you're doing. It's because your team either isn't communicating what they want to accomplish, or they don't know what they're doing. So, like, you have to bring it to their attention. We can't just, like, sit in indecision. I would have liked to see him leave a minion there. You'll get away with it here, and it's not like a massive deal, but in general, I'd like to see you leave a minion behind on those camps. So, like, I would have left a small minion on that tier 2, because we don't know the next time you're going to be over there to re-clear it when it's up. And so just making it not respawn for a long time because they're not clearing it is probably going to be better for you. So make sure to leave a minion if it's their side of the map.
Okay. I definitely do it sometimes, but I just kind of forget other times.
Yeah. It's like a habit that you'll get. I just wanted to mention it. Keep it in the back of your head. Okay, guys, we need to put some notes together for Pact Fan. Love the bridge buff timing on 20 minutes. He's paying attention, kind of. He's late, but I like that he was trying to, you know?
Okay. Let's... Oops. Went on autopilot there and didn't realize I'd done already.
You're good. It happens to the best of us. I did a pro VOD review the other day of the #1 Billy in North America, and he missed 2 different sinners in one game, so don't worry about it.
I don't understand why she did that when I'm 10k above her. I don't have the items, but
Yeah, definitely definitely a misplay on her part. She didn't know that though, so it's still a misplay on her part. Like she doesn't know you're sitting on 13k, but yeah.
I dive base.
Ram's missing.
The Rejuvenator is descending. You fought off the wrath of the Hidden King, but they will return.
All right, chat. I'm just kind of making some notes. Just show you really quick, like while he's playing. I don't want to take too much of his screen. We're just kind of making him some notes here on improvements that I've noticed over the last time we did a coaching session with him and things that may have been helping him rank up. So I really like seeing that he's using his ultimate more freely. He's using it for verticality. He's using it to chase enemies, get away from enemies. He's not only using it for executes, which is a 2-dimensional use of the ultimate. He's farming properly when he's stealing farm on their side of the map, and then he's going for like tier 2 camps, tier 1 camps, and prioritizing sinners. This is really important for Shiv players. Paying attention to enemies' soul counts and ultimates. He's taking advantageous fights. Really love seeing that from him. And then in lane, when he was waiting for teammates to get waves so you don't solo or steal souls, is a really big deal. It allows you to maintain lane pressure.
Plated over return fire, do you think?
Yeah, I think you can replace it there. Return fire is really strong through the mid game, but we're getting into the point of the game where plated is going to be a bigger deal, and you're really far ahead, so building defensively is going to be the way to go for sure. I like that he's building these resists, trying to counter their hyper carries, and he's so far ahead, he can build defensively.
I can just clear the wave.
Go next. 5 seconds ult. 5 seconds.
Take out Ray.
I'm also adding in there that his build order and counter building is much better than last time. That wasn't like a weak point of his necessarily, but it is an improvement I've noticed.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed. The Rejuvenator has expired.
Oh, misplay.
Like I told you, no one's better than me.
Nah, I should have been here earlier, for sure.
not the end of the world. You guys did end up clearing them up pretty well. But yeah, in general. I mean, it's good that you noticed it, but it's not the biggest thing in the world.
I'm coming.
The Baroness is almost ready.
I would maybe communicate to your team that you're doing their earn, because this is a high risk play and they're going to want to help you.
Okay.
Help me deliver this thing.
I'm gonna try to earn. Yeah, I think I can get it.
You can get it. I don't think you should fight with your team. I think we've wiped and you should just take your loss. I would just run. They literally have no way back into this game because of that, so that's why it's really big. They don't have a retake ring that they can get with this wipe, and they don't have a mid boss, so them wiping you guys is like really low impact. It just saves to their base, you know what I mean? So like really good that you got their earn.
Just trying to stay on my side what my whole team said.
Yeah,
One
definitely.
week to farm.
Yeah. So just kind of talking to you guys, he can't hear me, I'm muted. But I do want to go over really quick. Dang, we're kind of laggy on this. Okay, we're back. Some macro failures. We're seeing one right now. He's sitting on 8,700 souls. He's probably going to go by now. 7k souls is kind of my limit. You generally don't want to be sitting on more than 6,400 because that's a tier 4. But I give a little bit leeway. Sometimes you have to clear a wave. Sometimes you have to defend a walker. 7k souls is kind of my
Mid
limit.
boss in a minute.
Sitting on more than 7k souls is like a macro failure in my opinion, so I'm just going to let him know that is a macro failure that I've noticed, so that's something that we're going to kind of go over. And just having a large bag in general, because he at one point had like 13k souls with a massive bag that he was just kind of sitting on. Don't want to see that. And then always prioritize fighting earn with your team over clearing farm.
Just make sure to not die.
Yeah, I would probably just get the shrine and then go mid, but
Just get a shrine and get out.
your team is overstaying. Tell him to go mid, boss.
Yeah, let's just go mid. Just go mid. Right, this is winnable.
He is fighting here. I don't like it. This is a disadvantageous fight, but we just so happen to be winning it. So I'm gonna say getting like another macro failure would be getting distracted. When you were fighting in base while your team did mid boss, you guys were outnumbered. You will be punished in higher elo. Even if your team doesn't follow, after you calm to back out and go to mid boss, do it.
Okay, that was an interesting game.
That was a really, really strong game from you. Really big performance. I loved it. How'd you feel it went? What are like I kind of want to hear from you first on like what you think you did right, what you think could have gone better, and then like how you felt the game went overall. So just kind of give me like your feeling on it.
I think the lane wasn't the best, but I think it was maybe more to do with my Apollo on that. I think.
Okay.
I was a bit late on the buff timings, but I was also getting pressured. I think mid game was good. I maybe could have. There was definitely some times where I wasn't really sure what like objective I should be doing because there was like times when my team was fighting and I didn't think it was a good fight, like where I wouldn't have fought that
Mm-hmm.
if I was like starting the fight, but I wasn't sure if it was best to join it or not because I was strong. Uh, so my impact would have been the biggest on my team if I was there, but I also think that there were some times where they were just kind of staying way too long, and I'm not sure like
Yeah.
when the cutoff point should be for like, is this a good fight or is this a bad fight?
Yeah, so yeah, good. That was something I was going to touch on that I was kind of writing down in my notes for you as we were finishing out that game. So I will say you made the right call given the elo of the game and the way that your team was playing it. This was a lower elo match, like as you see, the average was Phantom 1. So like these players are not making great decisions. So you made the right call given your game. However, in higher elo, that does not fly. And what I mean by this is in the last fight when you guys were in their base and half of your team was doing mid boss, you guys were outnumbered. Like if I remember correctly, it was 4-3. In higher elo, you'll get punished for that. So in higher elo, after you've made the comm, I'm backing out. We need to be helping on mid boss. We'll come back when we have rejuves. Just leave. You've made the comm to your team. If they choose to stay, they should know it's suicide in higher elo. So I think since you were in a lower elo lobby and you were the strongest and you guys had a significant soul lead, you were able to win that fight off of soul lead even though you had a numbers disadvantage. And I think you made the right call in the moment because you guys were stronger than them. You were only down by one man numbers wise in that fight in their base. And so you ended up winning it for those reasons. All I'm getting at is in higher elo, that is not going to fly. After you make the comm, like, hey, I'm backing out. I'll come back when we have rejuves. I'm going to help mid boss. They should know, oh, yeah, that's the right play. And they should back out too. And then if they end up dying, it should be their fault, not yours. So just something to keep in mind. As you get into higher elo, you're not going to be able to make that play and get away with it. But because you were in lower elo and you were so far ahead, you got away with it. Does that make sense? Like, I think you made the right call given the elo that you were in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was kind of like I was gonna back away, and then I saw like me melting them all while kind of not taking any damage, and I thought if I can kill them all, we can easily take the wraith because I think it was a 2v1 with the wraith.
Uh-huh.
But she did like get out, so. And Paradox had die. What was the soul difference? 50k at that point?
It was pretty big. You
Quite-
guys had quite the lead for sure. Okay, so really quick, if you want to, oh, what time is it? 1? It's 1 p.m. my time. I'm trying to decide if I have time for another one. Probably one more. If you want to, we can do one more game. Go ahead and queue it up now. I'll just go over like the things that I noticed that were like positives I want to point out that I think were better from the last time we talked or did a coaching session. The first one, using ultimate more freely, not using it two-dimensionally and only using it for executes. So seeing you use it to get in and get out, really liked that. You're farming properly by stealing farm. I would like to see you leaving one minion more often when you're stealing farm, but just the fact that you are stealing farm and getting the double value, and then prioritizing sinners over like tier 3 camps or something crazy, because Shiv isn't great at getting camps, so only getting tier 1s and tier 2s, and then prioritizing sinners over any camps. I like that you were doing that. Paying attention to enemy hero soul counts and ultimates so you know which fights are advantageous or not. I feel like the fights you were taking were advantageous. Part of that's because you were ahead, but even you noticed it. Like when you were fighting Wraith 10k souls behind you and you noticed that, that's a big improvement on macro overall, that you're noticing like how much stronger you are than the enemy. And that's really important when we're taking fights. few more items. One of them was I like that you're waiting for your teammate to get to wave so that you're not soloing or stealing souls. It permits more lane pressure and tempo. I actually think it's the only reason you guys like kept lane even or even won it, because your Apollo was like low-key trolling. So the fact that you were like waiting for him and allowing you guys to maintain tempo, I think is the only reason your lane phase went like decent, is because Apollo almost threw lane phase for you. I like that you did that to kind of compensate. Your build order and counter building while you're ahead and building defensively while you're ahead was all much better than the last time we talked. And then the last thing was that you're paying attention to mid boss timer, like when it was back up, and you communicated it to your team. That's a big improvement on macro over the last time we played. So those are like the improvements that I noticed and I wanted to point out, and then I'll let you know based on this game.